Hi folks, Van Prepper here. If you're wondering why I'm wearing these awesome glasses, these are the shooting glasses that Tommy B 211222 sent me as part of his awesome giveaway. Tommy, I love them. I might start wearing these things every video and just switching out the lenses because Tommy, if you don't know, Tommy sent 4 lenses were part of that giveaway. So I'm really excited. Uh, Thank you, Tommy. Those things are awesome. I'm here with a quick Safe Act and gun news update. Uh, you know, New York politics really is the laughing stock of the entire country. I told you a couple of updates ago about one of the New York assemblymen who is out because he was sexually harassing the people that were working for him. Well, I got another one. Bronx assemblyman Eric Stevenson just pleaded guilty or he pled guilty to bribery, and he's out. He's another guy who voted for the SAFE Act, another clown from New York City in the area that has, the big urban areas have no understanding of the Second Amendment or no understanding of gun culture, nothing, just a fool. We have a steady parade of politicians in New York State that are brought up on charges and convicted of charges. I mean, it's one thing to get brought up on charges. I mean, you probably, who knows, you may or may not be guilty. We're so bad in New York State, these clowns constantly get convicted. They can't even figure out ways to get out of it. So they're not only dishonest, they're stupid. I got another one, another guy who's total clown. Justin Wagner, he is trying to get the Democratic nomination to run for the Assembly in New York State, and he has been running ads against Greg Ball, who is the standing. Actually, Greg Ball is the senator in New York State. Uh, he is running ads against Greg Ball, and they show typical liberal nonsense. Show footage of all these mass shootings, and then point out that Greg Ball, the senator, was opposed to the SAFE Act, and the commercial finishes with Greg Ball is unhinged. I am so sick of liberals, so sick of anti-gunners, so sick of people who don't understand the Constitution, who take something like the mass shootings that has nothing to do with the SAFE Act, because the SAFE Act isn't going to have anything to do with stopping any of these things. And they try to connect these two dots, that if you are opposed to one thing, therefore you must somehow support the other. That's nonsense, and it's foolishness, and it's frustrating. Listen, there's nothing to get upset about because I live here in New York. We see it every day, and you see it in national news every day, the way they run stories. But it really is, ignorance is bliss, and these guys got to be the happiest people in the world because they have no idea. A little add on there. Somebody asked me the other day when I said if you live in Kentucky, uh, don't vote for Mitch McConnell. If you live in South Carolina, don't vote for Lindsey Graham. If you live in Texas, don't vote for John Cornyn. These guys are frauds and fakes. And somebody said, I live in Kentucky. Who should I vote for? First off, that's not. I don't want to tell you who to vote for. It's not my job. You got to do the research and figure out which candidate is best for you. But I will say that Freedom Works and the conservative CPAC, I don't remember what they are. Most of the freedom groups are supporting Matt Bevin, who is running in the primary against Mitch McConnell. So if you want to make your vote count, get out in the primary, and in all these states. Most of these guys have primary opponents. Get out. That way, you can still go vote for somebody and not be, have to basically concede the election to the Democrats, who you already know hate the Second Amendment, but you don't have to plug your nose and vote for somebody who is a freedom-robbing, freedom-hating dirtbag, a wolf in sheep's clothing, trying to pretend he's one of the good guys when he is not. So just because he got an R next to his name. So for whoever that was in Kentucky, check out Matt Bevin. I hear very good things about him. Support his campaign, by the way. He's running. He's not going to get any money from the national GOP. That's for darn sure. They don't want anything to do with him. Some awesome news, by the way. On a side note, Senator John McCain was censured by some people. I don't remember what county it was in Arizona, but it was pretty overwhelming. It was like 1,150 of the members voted to censure him, and like 350 didn't. That's long overdue. John McCain is just a a hypocrite and a liar and a backstabber and an enemy of freedom. And it was nice to see him get a little, symbolic ceremonial smackdown. That was really nice. In national gun news, James Shilero, he's a former mayor of Marcus Hook, Pennsylvania, and former member of Mayors Against Illegal Guns, Michael Bloomberg's group, and apparently a massive hypocrite because he was just arrested, or either just arrested or just convicted. I think he was just convicted of a gun crime. Apparently, he had the police bring some 20-year-old guy to his house to drink wine with him. Not even going to touch that. None of my business. Had the police bring this guy over. The guy wanted to leave, so this James Shilero gets all kooky about it and pulls out a gun and shoots into a stack of papers and threatens to kill himself. He credits this other guy as, for saving his life, but holy cow. How do you spell hypocrite? Apparently you spell it James Shilero, and probably everybody else in Mayors Against Illegal Guns who's got, armed guards running around. In New York State, the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association has actually called for Rochester Mayor Lovely Warren, who has lauded the SAFE Act and said how it makes everybody safer, and we don't have to live in fear anymore. Yet she has armed guards 24/7 for her and her family, and the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association called her on it. They issued an official statement and said, Lovely Warren, if we don't have to live in fear anymore, there's nothing to fear. The SAFE Act has fixed everything. Then why do you have armed guards 24/7? Because you're a hypocrite. So that's just a little bit of gun news for today and a little bit of not gun news. I'm Van Prepper. I love this addition to my set piece. This is my letter from Tommy B, 211222. Tommy, we love you. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep up the fight against these ridiculous gun laws. I'm Van Prepper. Happy shooting.